Hey guys, happy Thursday and welcome back to our at-home workout number 14. Today we're going to have a little bit more of a recovery session because tomorrow is going to be pretty tough. So today's going to be more of an active recovery. But for our warm-up, we're going to continue with that Tabata style, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We're going to start with speed skips, then we're going to go into shoulder taps and then finish with an active squat hold. For our Tabata warm-up, we're going to get started with speed skips. So grabbing your jump rope, alternating singles of which foot the rope is going underneath. So 20 seconds of speed skips and then going into shoulder taps. So getting into a plank position here, nice straight line from the shoulders to the heels, very controlled touch, crossing over hand to opposite shoulder. All right, trying to prevent your hips from rocking side to side as much as possible. After you finish your shoulder taps, we're going to get into an active squat hold. So as we get down in the bottom position, all right, I want your arms forward and I want you sinking into that squat as deep as we can by keeping our stomach tight, not letting our back round out or our hips tuck underneath. So keeping a very active squat, keeping good posture, belly full of air, pushing those knees wide, as tight as we can keep, almost like we're doing a barbell back squat. So keeping tension in the stomach as we sit in that bottom position for 20 seconds. That is your Tabata warm-up. So once you guys finish your warm-up, we're going to get right into the Metcon. It's going to be a 25-minute alternating EMOM. So we've got 5 different movements that we're going to go through 5 rounds of. We're going to start off with a 30 seconds on the right, 30 seconds on the left of a single arm farmer hold. So I want you guys to get fairly heavy. If you have a 53 or 70-pound kettlebell or the heaviest dumbbell or kettlebell that you got, I want you to use. But we're going to be doing one-handed farmer holds. So 30 seconds on the right, switching 30 seconds on the left. After that, you're going to go into 12 step-ups. So if you have a box, you can use a box. Or if you have a chair, you can use a chair, but we're going into 12 step-ups. From there, we're going to go into a 45-second plank on the elbows. Then after that, we're going to move on to, what is it we got next? The prone PVC pipe liftoff. That's it. So 10 prone PVC pipe liftoffs, and then we're going to finish with a 30-second squat. I don't know, a lot of that may seem very confusing to you guys, but I'm about to demo it here in just a second. So sit tight. Alright guys, so like I mentioned, today's going to be more of an active recovery day. So the movements that we have today in our alternating EMOM is going to start with a single arm farmer's hold. So with these, it's going to be 30 seconds on the right, 30 seconds on the left. Alright, big focus on staying nice and tall, nice and stacked, making sure that we're sitting here using our abs and our core to stabilize the midline and not trying to counterbalance either way. After your 30 seconds on the right, we're going to switch 30 seconds on the left, working on staying as square as possible, not trying to compensate. All right, once you finish your 30 and 30, we're going to go right into our step-ups. So, like I mentioned, you can use a box or a chair, your couch, something where you got to lift your knee up at least above your hip. Okay, so stepping up, we're doing 6 on each leg, so a total of 12. I would recommend alternating legs, but we're going to do 12 step-ups, 6 on each leg. You're going to rest the remainder of the minute, however long it takes you to do those 12 step-ups. Then we're going to go into our plank, so our 45-second plank on the elbows. All right, you can have yourself a yoga mat. If you've got a nice handstand push-up mat like this one here, you can have something padded underneath you to put underneath your elbows. But we're going into a elbow plank. All right, big focus on the abs, staying engaged, tucking those hips up underneath, squeezing your butt and your knees, okay? Making sure that we're not sagging here in the midline. All right, I want you to crunch your stomach, tuck your butt up underneath, and have that nice straight line from your shoulders all the way to your heels, okay? So 45 seconds there in the elbow plank. Then once we finish, we're gonna stay basically in that same position. We're gonna lay flat on our stomach. Our forehead is going to be resting on the ground. So if you don't have a mat or something, I recommend grabbing a towel or something to put up underneath your forehead just so you're not grinding it into the floor. So once you have your PVC pipe or your broomstick, this is what we're going to be using for our prone PVC pipe lift off. So something that isn't very heavy that you can just lift off with and almost mimic as a PVC pipe. So we're going to put our head into the floor, and we are basically keeping our elbows locked out while we lift that PVC pipe as high off the ground as we can. We're going to hold it for about a second, all right? Maybe a second, second and a half, but just nice controlled hold of that PVC pipe off the ground, then right back down. Up and hold, then back down. All right, I really want you to focus on locking those elbows out. I want you to keep a clean grip, okay? So those of you guys with really tight shoulders, I don't want you getting too wide. All right, you're really gonna feel this in your upper back, so make sure that we're keeping the clean grip, locking our elbows out, and lifting up that PVC pipe as high as we can off the floor. After we finish our prone PVC pipe lift off, we're gonna go into the last movement, which is a 30-second air squat. The tempo here is gonna be a 15-second descent, 5 seconds in the bottom, and then a 10-second ascent to the top. So as we get set, we're going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Once we get to the bottom, we're going to hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so total 30 total seconds of a squat. Now those of you guys that have really tight ankles that do an air squat and it looks like this. All right, I want you to grab something, whether it be plates, to put up underneath your heel, to elevate your heel so that you can have more of an upright chest, upright posture. Keep your chest up more, and you're able to sit deeper in that squat with better posture, and you can keep that tempo a little bit better. So it's going to be a 15-second descent, 5 seconds spent in the bottom, an active hold, and then finishing with 10 seconds ascent back to the top. So that is your 5 movements. We're going to go through that 5 times. The movements that we have a certain number of reps, like the PVC pipe lift-offs or the step-ups, you get to rest the remainder of the minute after you finish those reps. So we're starting with the farmer's hold, 30 seconds on the right, 30 seconds on the left. Then we're going into our step-ups, 12 box step-ups, 6 on each leg. Then the 45-second plank on the elbows, staying in that same position for our 10 PVC pipe lift-offs, and then going into our 30-second squat. And that is your active recovery piece for the at-home workout number 14. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, tomorrow's going to be pretty tough. So making sure that you can take an active recovery day today and then hit tomorrow as hard as you can. So if you have any questions, send us a message. But we will see you guys on the whiteboard and get ready for tomorrow.